Welcome everybody. In this video, I'm going to teach you guys how to win and climb as a mid laner by explaining the fundamentals behind my decision making during a game. I'm a challenger mid laner and I have helped thousands of mid laners climb. I'm going to have examples of different champions, but I recommend you check out all the games because you'll see that all of the fundamentals are interconnected. And even if your main's not there, the fundamentals are all the same. And if you make it to the end of this video, I can guarantee you that your climb on mid lane will go a whole lot easier. Enjoy, guys. Okay, we're going to be playing Viktor versus Anivia. We're going to try to get lane control in this lane by winning the trades into her. Anivia is a champion with insanely long cooldowns in the early game, especially on her Q. Her Q is a main trading tool, so we're going to try to play around that, dodge it out, and by baiting it out, we're then going to be in a position where we can get control of the waves and the trades. We're going to try to slow push, because slow pushing is going to allow us to make it easy for us to step up and then find an opportunity where we can harass her onto her last hits while I've already hit mine. So I'm going to be nice and early in the lane here. And if she is not here, which would be absolutely fantastic for me, even with the new minions, if I just let it out attack me, I can actually drag it a little bit to the side. A little bit. And I'm already going to be in a position where I'm like 1-0 up here. Because I CS'd my creep and she needs to CS her creep. So it's a trading time. Okay, that's fine. She only got like a max range Q off, so that's not too bad. She doesn't have any spells right now. So I'm just going to try to harass her right here. She might try to like look to Q me again. So I'm very much anticipating it. And moving to the side preemptively. Really good stuff. I missed that zap. That's a really bad zap to miss. I'm going to try to punish her onto her last hits. We denied her a creep there. And now is the time where you got to be a little bit careful for the Anivia, because she will fucking eat you alive if she hits a Q. So unfortunately you can't drag minions back anymore. Which puts us in a really bit of an awkward position. It's a decent E there. And the key to playing into Anivia is to really just slow trade onto her. Because if she gets to hit you quite heavily back, she's going to be in a position where she actually wins because she got an extra HP bar. So I'm trying to like fake her out a lot with my movement and see if I can bait out her spell. In the meantime, I'm just making sure that I CS better than her. She's got one of the longest out attack ranges in the game. So it's sometimes pretty hard for you to get in your Q range. I'm just going to thin out the minions here. Move to the side. I value my creeps a little bit more than the damage onto her HP. That's a shit E. The ID was good, but the exact placement was a little bit off. Move to the side again. Don't hit my minions, please. We're going to just scout for the Wukong, see where he's at. I think Graves should win this in the isolated 1v1. And otherwise, I will always be the first one to move. So we're really mastering. Okay, really good movement by her. But I denied her the creep, so it's fine. I got both creeps there, so I don't mind getting hit. It's either losing the creep or getting hit. And I value my farm a little bit here. So I've basically hit almost all minions in the lane while denying her minions in the return. And that led me to be in this position right here where I'm just basically 10 CS up. I'm going to rush boots because it's very strong into the likes of Anivia. Because it's quite hard for her to then land spells onto me. And we just took a little bit of a tempo reset because she still got the extra HP bar in her passive. And I only missed like one minion by doing so. She has TP, I've got Ghost. And whenever you're running a combat summoner over the enemy, you usually struggle to get your first reset off unless you get like a good base yourself. Okay, so she went for the reset. I'm not going to kill these minions to just deny her more. Like, I'm just purely playing with the mindset. How do I deny Anivia as many minions as humanly possible? While also getting them myself, of course. And we just denied her 3 extra creeps here. So we are rocking up about a 15 CS advantage real soon. Now, if possible, I do not really want the wave to like fully crash under my tower. We're going to just thin it out with that E and look at the wave state location. It's really beautiful for me right now. I'm going to now look to fake her out on a lot of these last hits again. Really good E timing during the last hit. Move to the side after we see that she throws her Q. And that puts us in a position where it's kind of easy for us to take these good quality trades onto her while not really getting hit in return. Once again, we're constantly moving to the side. Okay, we get the cannon. And we're just damaging her as much as possible during the egg. The cannon is just too important for me not to get, right? Too many stacks. It gives me 10 passive stacks. So we might want to reset on this wave. No, never mind, not this one. Move to the side. That's the key. She trades back pretty heavily. But it's honestly fine. Because as long as Wukong doesn't like interfere, I still think that we're winning. Because we can always like flash her Q. And my spells aren't really that flashable. And that means that we got a position where we got a nice little solo kill. And the thing that I want you guys to really be aware of here is that she chose to die, guys. I did not solo kill her because of whatever. No, she actively chose to die here. I'm going to try to like push this out. This is a little bit risky with the Wukong. But I'm going to gamble on the fact that he's not 6 yet. And I'm going to be able to run away with Ghost. Okay, really nice position. We're so far ahead right now. So really good trading, very good awareness of the enemy's key cooldowns and dodging out on them. And this puts us in a really good position of the lane. We're going to opt in for haunting, guys, and a refill. Refill is always insanely nice in the lane because it's going to allow you to trade a little bit more heavily. We're up 20 creeps. And Anivia is going to get a small roaming opportunity right now. We might see some action into top side by her. Okay, really nice. We get all the creeps in the tower. This is a bit of a tricky state here. I'm going to just eat this. And we just dodged out of the Q. I had like the feeling there would be some shenanigans happening there, but not to be that precise. I'm just going to be forced to reset. I'm gonna need some help, boys. Move to the side. Always move to the side, guys. Very nice. That's a mid gap right there. Good shit. I'm gonna try to get one more wave before actually resetting. Because the new wave is already coming in, right? I'm chilling. Not too bad. He stole a little bit of XP. I didn't want him to do that, but it is what it is. Regardless, we're now going to really start looking into translating our lead onto the map. Okay, we've dominated this guy enough in the 1v1. We now have basically full lane control. So the way that we're going to do that is by basically expanding our lead into neutral objectives. Okay, we're going to start shove and moving. We're going to start putting ourselves in a position where we can start warding and leaning quite heavily with our vision setup. First thing I'm going to do is get like this control ward out into bot side, because bot side's doing well. I'm going to look to heavy lean here. Not too bad. Now these gribbies are nice to get, but they're like not extremely important. But it looks like my Graves wants to play for them, so that does mean I'm still going to adapt and like hard push my wave, so I can be on the same tempo as him. Dodge out on the Q. Get the plate. Beautiful stuff. And Zapper. Bzz. Beautiful. We'll still keep pinging the Drake so that the boys are heavily aware. And now is the time where I gotta be slightly careful for the Wukong. We're gonna try to drag the minions up in here. Very nice. And she's gonna lose a lot of minions because she actually committed to the roam. A little bit of zapping here. Okay, I should have ulted her a little bit earlier to actually cancel her own ult. That's fine. We're gonna reset anyway after this wave, so we don't mind heavy trading a little bit. Why do we reset? Well, we got a huge spike on Leandri, so really good stuff. We're going like almost 11 CS per minute, which is great. Shit gank on top side. Shit gank on top side. Did I buy the wrong item? Oh my god. Well, you see it here, guys. I bought the old Leandris, not the new one. Your fucking coach is a fucking idiot. Alright. It happens to the best of us. Your coach is a fucking idiot, boys. I literally bought the old Oriannas from 2 seasons ago. We're stunning her at a time where even if she gets out of the egg, she still gets stunned by it. Oh my god. That was fucking criminal, my itemization. Well, it is what it is. We're gonna turn that blasting wand into something else, guys. This is be creative. I was like, why is Leandri so expensive nowadays? Alright, so we're gonna push this. And I'd like to get some deep vision. Gotta be a little bit careful here. Move to the side. I missed 3 creeps there. Pretty bad. But I kind of want to reset right now. Maybe I can move bot. At least fake move bot. Not too bad. As long as we don't get hit by the Q, we're fine. Now, I want to look to swap up the lane assignments eventually. He should still go bot, but eventually I want to like look to swap it up. We can probably turn this second item into a Lich Bane. I don't have chat enabled, it is what it is. Alright. And the reason why I want to swap up the lane assignments is because in the side lane, I'm going to be doing great versus these guys. We can then include this Cassiopeia in the plays as well and get her out of the sticky lane, while then having all people on Rift Herald, right? Because it's a lot easier for me to shove a move comparatively towards the Cassiopeia. She's just pretty slow. Very nice. This is a great timing to swap. I might be running into this Yana with Mercs. Now, Cassio doesn't have the best matchup into Anivia itself, but she also doesn't have a good matchup into Caitlyn. So, honestly, it's like pretty whatever. Why? Cassio struggles versus range. Zap on her face. Missed that zap. Oh, we hit that zap. Calculated. That champ is so fucking fast. I'm not gonna hit him that easily. She might just die. Oh, she was 3. Oh, she died. Let's fucking go. Really good stuff. That's the fake monkey. Okay, so we're gonna look to play around Rift right now. So I might just want to reset after this. We push one more and then we can base. Nah, we can't play here, boys. Close. I don't like it's too deep. I have no mana. It looks like my team is just the fucking goats, but... Well played, I guess. I don't think we should overstay here. We got not a lot more business going on here. This tower will eventually die. We're not in a rush. I should have potentially stayed for my item, though. Yeah, I think that would have been better. But then we delayed Drake Spike, so I think it's okay what I did. Now we can immediately run into bot, push out the wave, then link up with mid to see if we can control this Drake. The good thing about this dragon is that we do not have to be super early because we're just so far ahead that we can also contest from a slightly later angle. Of course, being first and getting area control as a mage is key, but you got a little bit of wiggle room in a position like that. We're going to try to get a little bit more vision here. Giga that. Well played. And we can now keep pushing bot, right? Because no one's answering. We're on up tempo here. So this is great. Graves died. Top. I think we should have played Drake, but it is what it is. Pike is kind of smurfing. Very nice. We got mid tower. We got bot tower. I'm gonna just take a nice little reset now. For our item. The third item that we're gonna buy is... Magic Pen, probably. I think Magic Pen is just always good here because we have Cassiopeia as well. So the value of Magic Pen is just higher. We can move into mid and then just start the neutral. It's good that we spot Wukong on the ward, which means that the enemies aren't cross-mapping on the other neutral. So we might be able to just get both. And eventually, I'm just going to play true mid to secure a little bit of vision with the boys. Make sure that my Pike has coverage. Walk with him here. That's why deployment through mid can be so strong, because it kind of prevents the enemies from contesting this. And we just move into bot just to be able to catch that wave. And as you can see... Are they contesting? No, they're not. So them not contesting means that I can very easily just take bot wave now. And I'm just going to look to slow play on bot wave, push it out. I've got double sums. York will never be able to beat me. Very nice. The deeper I push, the more tempo I'm going to be able to generate. I do not have TP, so I want my team to be a little bit careful. Doesn't mean they can't play, just... I want them to be careful. If the enemies know that I don't have TP, right? Which they should, because it's literally on their screen. They can abuse it. I just saw Wukong top. It looks like he just giga sprinted bot. Well played. Okay, well played by Wukong. I guess I got a little bit too cocky there. I messed up my threat assessment a little bit. Not too bad. Team got a counter kill and we're getting this Rift Herald. Now it kind of sucks that I lost both sums. This means that I now truly have to be a little bit more careful in the side. And we're gonna opt in for probably Crypt Bloom. I think it's a little bit better comparatively towards Void Staff here. Because of the fact that I don't have like insane numbers of haste, right? And haste is really good from this position. It's also going to get me more Q-up time. I value it slightly more than just a flat pen. I don't know if Pike wins that. So, Baron is next. Ideally what you do is that you're on the strong side of the map. So I'm going to deploy into top side here. I like that way more. And if Caitlyn gets greedy now, she might actually just play up here. Looks like she's not. My team is kind of playing on a different page, right? Okay, Okay, I'm gonna try to make progress here on top side. I thought I had to ward, but then they showed bolt, so it wasn't really necessary. It's fine. You can make a lot of progress as Viktor, especially with Lich Bane. So we're just going to be able to get this turret. And then we kind of want to set up vision control around Baron. I kind of want to stop hitting this turret right now. Just to let this cannon die. Deny them as much means as possible. And then the new wave comes in. And I don't have to take that all that deep and be vulnerable. So we can't push any further right now because they will definitely contest. Yep, there's the York. So we're just going to shift into mid. Let's see if we can do something here. Nice job. Get the extra plate. Should be able to take Baron. I'm just gonna keep them out. Which is working. And then after Baron, we're gonna play Dragon. So you see how incredibly fast I'm at recognizing where the next play is? And that's gonna allow not only me to put myself in the right position, but it's also gonna incentivize my team to get into that same position. Okay, let's just base. So everyone but the Urgot will be ready. Now, since we're gonna need to wait for Urgot anyway, what we're just gonna do is we're gonna fix this top lane wave state. It needs to be fixed, and then we're gonna do 2 waves and then shift down and still be early on Drake. And then we're gonna siege mid bot because Urgot's gonna be able to open up through bot, and then we're gonna play bot and mid as turrets. Now, the only thing I need my team to do right now is just not fucking die. So they can do whatever the fuck they want as long as they just don't die. Get him, Graves, dude. Just fucking get him. Just don't die. And it's a little bit risky, right? Because these are the best chances that the enemy team is going to get with us, with me being split and Urgot being dead. Like, we should never fight here. It's like just crazy work, right? It's working out because my team is just stronger and better, apparently. But very risky. Not a big fan. What I try to teach is consistency as well, right? The key to climbing a league, especially on mid lane, guys, is consistency. So we're just going to be pushing top. Someone's going to be forced to respond here. They're also going to be forced to respond to mid. Because of that, we can just make a lot of progress. This Anivia is having a rough game. The unfortunate thing is that my fucking out attack just automatically went on the inhib instead of the Caitlyn. Otherwise, she would have died. I think I misclicked that or something. But we still got her. And Pike's giving me a lot of money. We got no creeps here, so we got to be a little bit careful. Because turrets do get tankier the moment you don't have creeps. They're practically immortal at that point. And this should be the victory. Always move to the side when you're into Anivia, so that the Q doesn't land. I'm gonna try my best to end the game. Looks like not my entire team is trying to. Wow. Luka just ate me. Thankfully we had our ult. And it looks like we eventually just nicely finish off the game here. Really clean game. We made one small threat assessment mistake in the side lane. But besides that, amazing stuff. So in this next game, we're going to be playing Ahri versus Viktor, which is not an easy matchup at all. Viktor is, of course, an incredibly strong trader. So in this particular video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to play the offense as defense strategy and manage your way through harder matchups. And one of the key things that we're going to do is see if we can maybe get like a level 1 ward out here. That would be great. You never know if you're going to get push. And I'm going to take myself Q level 1, and offensive defense basically means I'm going to push the enemy in, which is going to then put me in a position where I can try to take wave control. Since I'm going to get destroyed by the trades probably, right? This is going to put me in a spot where it's a lot easier for me to get access to the minions without getting absolutely blasted by this Viktor. Okay. Getting hit by just the Q1 is fine. Very nice. And because of the wave state, it's actually extremely hard for him to just freely out-attack me. We're going to be trading a little bit, because trading in general is going to be good for you if you can get the push. So I'm pretty happy here. You dodge out. You want to try to see if you can get vertical or like diagonal movement versus the Viktor. Nice Q there. What do I mean with that? It's that his E goes, of course, in this line, right? You want to click completely opposite to that line so that the E doesn't get like massive amounts of high hit chance onto you. He's going to try to throw it out again onto this cannon, probably. Okay, he hit it this time. It's not an easy spell to dodge. Fortunately, he got his bone plating back up. We're going to need to preserve a little bit of mana here. Because I want 2 Qs for the next wave. Okay, I forced him to use his Q onto the minions, which is like really good. He used his E here as well. What I can just do right now is a double Q rotation into a reset. And he cannot really match the wave clear. And we just do the double Q rotation. And we're now in a fantastic position, right? So this is how you play offense defense, guys. You push him in, you force him to respond to the wave, and you minimize tough matchups. We're gonna get this, and this, and TP back. Just to be nice and first on the wave again. And since he reset later than me, this is gonna give me first move. Once again, I can keep my push streak going. And it's now gonna be harder for him to match me because he's also losing a little bit of experience. I'm gonna stand a little bit deeper here, and now fish for a charm. This is fine. Since we got the push again, I'm pretty happy. Nice try on that Q there. And as long as you keep the push up, guys, don't feel bad about like just standing your ground every once in a while, right? Doesn't mean that you absolutely cannot interact. No, trading is fine as long as you keep the push up. So this is a non-cannon here again. He's got no pots. He does deal a shit ton of damage. He's gonna look to try and kill me here. And since this next wave is a cannon, I'm just gonna reset. And if he stays, that's fine. If he hard pushes this wave, that's fine. If he holds, that's fine. It all doesn't really matter. He doesn't have that many options because of the fact that it's going to be hard for him to now get his own reset up, because hard pushing this cannon wave is pretty challenging for him. And him staying basically means that I'm going to be in a position of lane control, or a position where I can get tempo with my R and make a play on the map. So yes, I lose 2 melee creeps for it, but that's actually totally fine. It's now really hard for him to get the same quality reset that I got. Okay, unfortunately I took a tower shot there. These turrets are kind of OP nowadays. We're just gonna nuke this next wave here as well. And then we got ourselves a position where we can now use our ult onto the side. Or get a plate. It looks like this top lane play is winning. You never know, he's level 6. And this is the beauty, right? Fantastic. So that's the beauty of that reset, right? Resetting before the enemy puts you in a position where you can get a nice offensive defense position. Good movement. He used both his spells. And that puts me in a spot where I can now contest the wave again. And we're trading a little bit. Once again, I'm not backing down for trades. This is a cannon wave. He dodged out on his E. And we can now just play very aggressive onto this wave state again. And it looks like Twitch is having enough of bot lane. And he's gonna move into mid and fucking take over my lane. We can't kill him. I'm gonna do the exact same pattern as I've been doing with all the other waves. And nicely get myself a pick here. So this was absolutely fantastic. Now I hope he's not gonna like fucking take over my lane, but I think he is. Looks brutal. So we just need to adapt to our Twitch here and go into bot side, you know? It is what it is. Oh, so he is going bot now. Okay, so he's not given up yet. How nice. Not sure what he's doing. a little bit of a wild player. I tried to dodge it out there. Okay, we got his bone plating. My goal is to try to keep playing with Vi. Ahri and other skirmish-oriented mages are really good at playing with the jungler. I'm gonna fake move into bot side here. I'm not ready to skirmish, but they don't know that. I may have kind of rolled that fight. Yeah, that's on me. That's on me. That's totally me. That's totally my bad. I trolled that fight. I'm gonna say my bad. And now we're gonna mute him. That's okay. I didn't think that Udi was killable. Okay, let's lock back in. This is the lane, the time of where the lane gets a little bit more tricky. Okay, not too bad. And we can now just take the reset. Vi has no R yet. I'll head bolt here. I can take over bot now. I'm gonna close towards my mid lane quest as well. Since I'm solo AP, I am gonna opt in for Sorks this game. I think the value of Sorks is nice. Okay. Is that legal, what the Urgot's doing? Great fucking R by the Sona. Okay, this is gonna allow me to get some pressure up on bot lane. Not bad. I can probably take another wave deep here. moment you reach level 9, as Ahri, you can sometimes clear the wave in a double Q rotation where just 2 Qs clear the entire wave, because at your wave clear breakpoint, you one-shot those casters, right? Let's get a bit of a ward out and reset for my boots, which is, of course, a pretty big spike. It's a bit of a messy game because the Twitch, of course, is taking over my lane. But that's fine. We're just gonna move into bot. And I think we can kill this fucker. Vi is clearing the top. It is what it is. Ashe is scared for me. You could see it with the way that she was positioning. We denied her the cannon, and now we gotta fuck off, because maybe Yana is gonna be in the back here. We don't have full info. Yeah, we're split mapping here. This Twitch is so freaky, by the way he's playing the game. Can they dive me? I don't think so. They don't have enough hard engage. They can dive me. Fuck! I got a 400 gold shutdown there. Yeah, I didn't expect to get one-shot by Udyr that hard. That's on me. How should I have played that? I should have probably started with Charm. A little bit of overkill on the Ashe. That's okay. Should have probably started with Charm when Udyr was walking towards me. And I think then I might escape there. Do I port mid? Yeah, I'm gonna port mid. Maybe port on a minion, but that's fine. Okay. So we want to play with our ult. Oh, this Udyr is becoming a little... Okay, we read him really well here. That was some good trading. Now with my R, I can potentially look to one-shot him here. But I can also catch botlane wave. Good pick. Not too bad. Let's see, we can probably take another mid wave here. And that's gonna, of course, deny Viktor a lot more minions. Really good. He's gonna take a nice little reset. I really want to play around this dragon if possible. Not too bad. So Ahri is a good skirmisher, right? So we want to find these skirmishing positions around neutral objectives. And then see if we can use our ult on these neutral objectives. Because Ahri is, of course, a champion that wants to play with her ult. And then win those fights. I want to preserve my HP a little bit, because I got no refill pots anymore. Udyr was making a play on top. That means that Viktor is under a lot of threat to dodge out on that E. Viktor might even be moving into top side there. We fish for a charm. It's a pretty bad bot lane dies there. Maybe a bit of overkill with the R, but I wasn't sure. Let's catch bot lane wave. Can't do that. Okay, we can probably push one more here. I doubt they are tempo trapping me. You're never sure, but... hence is why I lean into top side. But this should be enough for us to take the dragon. Which is, of course, phenomenal. Yep, getting the second drake is really good. Beautiful. Wait, where is my Vi? What? Why did my Vi not come here? What? She didn't even ping. Sure, well then not. That's so strange. Okay. Look, she was literally moving and then she didn't. Maybe she like queued into a wall or something. That must have like happened. And then she just gave up. Okay. Let's see if we can fight for Rift. I do have my Lich Bane in base. I don't want to reset just yet though. I want to push one more. This is a bit of a dangerous one because I got no flash and no R. Okay, we got the wave out. We're not taking the next one. It's too deep. Looks like Viktor is already responding too. I do want to be matching this Viktor still. So I'm just going to go into bot. I do beat him. It's pretty bad that Vi shows, but he is pushed up quite heavily here. Very nice. Udyr shows top side. That is an Urgle TP. He is too strong. I'm acting as if I'm scared. Really nicely get the turret. I don't think we should do much more. These guys can respond now. I don't think I can do anything up top, unfortunately. Never mind, I can. This guy's a fucking tanky. I don't know what Vi's doing. Oh my god. That's fine. Okay. Let's mute all. Let's mute all. And we're gonna look to probably play around the next dragon. We're gonna need to play with my ult. This is time to also move to sweeper. Kinda wanna prevent this guy from taking like the entire turret, right? We skill really well with the Sona. Okay, we got his flash for free. And since I don't have R, I don't really like heavily aim to fight right now. I'm just gonna move into bot side. See if I can take one more wave. The deeper I push, the more money I'm gonna be generating, of course. I gotta back off in case Udyr decides to run at me. Well, he did. Oi, 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 oi. That was one wave too deep. Let's see how we're gonna win this. I think we're gonna need to try 5v5. Udyr is not a strong 5v5. And we have got Sona with Twitch, which is of course a strong combination. It's a great pick, well played. Yeah, this Udyr is a fucking problem. I do beat Viktor in the 1v1. I'm not sure if it's just gonna be 1v1 though. I'm pretty sure he's getting over here. I was debating like moving top. Let's push out one more wave. And then shift over. I'm not on any type of vision right now. This might be good. We might be like completely ready to play here. They spotted me. Great fucking pick from the Twitch. We might just be able to hard force now. And that's a Baron. Great stuff. Let's get my Rabadons, and I think Zhonya's is a really strong item here as well. So let's grab up Zhonya's. And the next play is going to be Drake, and we're going to try to get like some turrets before that. That's like the goal. Now, bot side is probably like completely gone. No one in that bush. Yeah, that made like a lot of sense. That's why I was scouting that bush as well. It's like the only play that I have. A tempo trap and kill us before we can siege. Good play by Udyr. Seems like Vi didn't really anticipate it. I think they might be overloading top now. If he kills the Cyan now, that puts us in a really tricky spot. Yep. I'm reading this Udyr here pretty well. Udyr being there means I can now pressure bot. Ashe is fucking strong though. I don't want them to like into fight now. Okay, okay. Full no one on bot lane here. Which is gonna allow me to just push. I think I need to TP. Really fucking good mechanics there. We played that fight so well. And that puts us in a position where we're now, of course, winning pretty hard. This was a pretty deciding fight here. So great TP. Knowing my team would fight there. I didn't really want the fight, but they were kind of like in a position where it was inevitable for them not to take the fight. Oh shit. I entered my charm. I didn't expect Vi to go deep here. My bad. I hinted my charm. Probably a 1-for-1, or maybe a 1-for-0. Play Drake. We are very, very strong. We deal insane amounts of damage. You saw that Ashe already evaporate. Yeah, that's the damage that we deal right now. Looks like Ashe sniffed out the Twitch. I kind of want to just go around here. My bad. That was too greedy. I thought I had an angle, but I rushed it. So my thought process here was, okay, maybe I could like pick off the Yana and then like get a position where I could still get out. But I couldn't. There was too much backup. It was too greedy by me. 5 wasn't there, and therefore the 5 was a bit risky to take. The rest of my team also wasn't in place, right? Their team was just way earlier. Now, that sucks a bit because they're going to be able to farm top pretty easily right now. That's okay. We're just going to need to get in this like 5v5 position again. If we group up, team fight, that's on me, right? I just tried to do too much solo there. I want to like group up a little bit more with the Zone and the Twitch, and then it's basically unlosable, the fight. So I'm just going to start hovering mid a little bit more. I don't want to be in vision here. We gotta be extremely careful here. This is so dangerous the way she's walking. Okay, this shows that Udyr is around. They're very scared of Twitch. Wait, it's opening up. Okay, we might be able to get the tower of that. I'm not sure how much damage that he dealt. The fights are a bit sloppy here. We should be careful. This is great. Twitch had R again, actually. That was nice. They didn't expect Twitch to have R again. Should be a Baron angle for us. My job is to kind of keep them out. I don't really deal that much damage to the Baron. So I'm just going to be in a position where if they try to walk in, I'm just going to hit them. So they might be walking in through here, and I can like chunk third of Udyr's HP bar or of this guy's HP bar quite easily. And me just showing there also just makes them scared. The only thing I gotta be a bit careful with Ashe R here. And then we can see if we can play there. We want to try to play it out through mid and bot. Top's already out there pushing. Not anymore, but we already got top in up. So we're going to send Sion bot. I'm just going to open up through mid with the boys. And then we also have control of Dragon area, right? So it's crazy how much damage he deals, man. Twitch damage is insane. shouldn't allow them to just kill the Scion. Okay, we can potentially end here. Twitch got R back up real soon again. I think he's opening up. So easy, dude. He deals so much damage. That champ, Twitch from like a position of being ahead is like insane. Like, I know he was completely running at the first few levels, right? But we eventually pulled through. We pulled through. GG's. So there's a few positions I want to review. The first one is right here, where this fight, I kind of misread it. So I'm gathering the info, and I decide to start one-shotting the Yana here. But it's just ridiculous, right? I should always go onto the Udyr and forget about the Yana. But my thought was, okay, we couldn't kill the Udyr anyway. So I made a pretty big mistake actually going for the Yana there. That was like pretty bad by me. There were some other positions where I stopped in a fight, and it especially highlighted in my deaths. I think this was another position where I could have just played it a little bit better mechanically and just played the fight better. That would have then led to be in a position where I would be in much better control. So first of all, I should always hold my charm. This was good. And what I should do here is I should escape probably towards... no, I think the biggest problem is actually hold... Where should I go? I shouldn't go back here. Now I think about it. I should go up here. That's where I should go. Because then I can always dash over these walls, which Udi cannot chase me. So I actually gave him the kill onto me. That's my bad. I think another way to go... Now, I can't really follow the Vi here, unfortunately. I don't have the info. I think if I have the info, if I can gather the info with my camera, I could like go over this wall and maybe join this fight. But it's dangerous because I'm already low, right? Doable, but I didn't have the info for it. So my fighting here was just barely not good enough. Or not consistent enough. Because this fight was quite good here. And this was like really well played. We immediately find the Ashe, one-shot her. Kill the Udyr, and now the Urgot's also quite free, right? Really good flash charm. Yeah, very nice. This was amazing. And then I think that I kind of troll again here. Let's see if there was a way to play this better. No, I think this was just too greedy. I tried to contest like the choke and do a little bit too much, but this was just my bad here. Nice that I killed the Yana, but it wasn't worth it. My team wasn't there to back me up yet. We should probably just give it and cross-map mid-push into top side. I got too greedy trying to play for this Drake while we were just okay giving it. So you see that in the end, right? This game was really showcasing a good example of offensive defense playstyle in the lane. And also how League is actually a fighting game and how games are actually won through winning the big fights. And that... there's always this macro and this micro piece that come together that will allow you to have success in these fights in the long term. All right, everybody. In this game, we're going to be playing Syndra versus Annie. Now, what's the key thing that we want to do? We want to get lane control, and as Syndra versus Annie, you do that through taking 100 to 0 oriented trades, aka not letting Annie get close to me and slowly chipping away their health bar, and of course trying to take control of the wave. Now, this might sometimes be a little bit tricky in the early lane, because Annie's actually quite a strong trader, while we, as Syndra, aren't like the strongest champion in the early game, right? Not a good start. Well played by the enemies. Regardless, I saw that Annie started Q instead of E, so it means that I can now step up right here, and I can potentially deny her creeps or make her sweat. Yep, not too bad. And I'm just chunking her a little bit. Okay, slightly mistimed that Q. This wasn't really a worth trade. Every single time that she can just hit me like that, I'm kind of just losing. Great Q right there. You gotta be a little bit careful here. This is her time to shine. Can get our creep. Great trade. Thankfully, that only lasts for like 2 seconds. Otherwise, that would be insanely OP. And we're doing a pretty good job this far. Okay. Trades are going pretty well. I'm going to try to harass her onto this one here. She used the move speed quite well there. And I'm really just trying to set these minions up in such a way that I can like harass her onto these creeps, right? We also got the cannon. That was a great trade. We might be forced to drop that one. No, she just used her Q. Slightly misplaced that Q. That's fine. It's okay. She has no E now. Not too bad. And we got a big play there. Unfortunately, didn't kill the Lee Sin, but we got a lot of stacks there, so that was good. I'm going to try to crash this wave. And then get a nice little reset. So we're in a pretty good spot. Looks like bot lane is struggling, so we are full muting these guys already. When they don't provide anything or like any type of useful information, just immediately mute these guys. Okay. That is not winning. Oh my god. That is really bad, dude. I should have walked the other way around. I got greedy. I didn't need to be there. Okay, not a good position. Not a good position. Damn, there goes my lane lead. Didn't expect the Poppy to be there with the my bot lane pushing them in. Right? It made no sense in my head that Poppy would be there, but great play by her. She caught me off guard. Okay, so we're gonna need to get towards our Q upgrade right now. That's like the goal. Want to make sure that Annie doesn't do any crazy shit on bot lane. We'll do our best to farm. Yeah, that's what I thought. Not good. Might be duo Q, these two guys. I don't know. Ah, that's actually not possible. Master here. No duo Q, just good coordination. Okay. We're actually denying her quite a bit of minions, so this isn't particularly terrible for me. Try to do that. And I really want to have as many of the red minions, blue minions die as possible before she gets back, just to deny her a lot, right? So we spot Lee Sin, so Drake should be pretty secure then. Fortunately, I took a tower shot. It's a pretty good R for lane control. I'm not gonna really need it in the near future anyway, right? So this was fine. Good W into QE combo. Looks like this Poppy is just the GOAT. Not too bad. That's fine. We skill. Good movement by her. I'm fine using my QE there because the wave's in a fine spot, right? So I don't really lose much with that. You gotta be careful of a potential Lee Sin gank right now. Gonna give a little bit more space. I know she has no flash. Okay, let's see if we can take a base here. We have our lost chapter. We have our Q upgrades. And then from this point, we're going to really try to get lane control. That's a really big problem on the bot lane. The good thing is that we skill. On bot side, we got Seraphine scaling. So it's going to take a while, but we're going to be fine eventually. I hope. Let's hope they don't, like, kill the Xayah here. Not terrible. And he might be basing here, so I'm actually going to look to push this. And then maybe we can deny some creeps. Pretty risky what I'm doing. But getting that plate is extremely good for me. I'm going to ward into top side. I'm going to lean into top side as well. Poppy might be ganking me now. This might be a gank timer, so I'm not contesting. Really good play. Me standing back also, like, made this any feel comfortable that you could actually step up. We're actually in a pretty good spot this game because we are getting, like, the objectives here. So they were also kill trading on bot. Not too bad, boys. Not too bad. I'm getting immensely strong right now by this kill. And he actually gets quite far behind. Okay, good trading by me. Puts me in a very strong position right now. I can just nuke the wave and base if I want to. Kill trade some bolt, which is not terrible for us. I like that they're kill trading at least. They might be losing a lot of minions, but... Didn't think I'd need flash. I thought that Q would land. That's okay. Still got my my E up, so I'm not really vulnerable to Lee. Really good stuff. Italian perks. It's not really Italian perks, huh? Poor guy. Alright, so we're getting quite strong right now. We got our Black Fire Torch. We're gonna get a ward as well. And we're not porting right here, because of the fact that we can't really do much with this tempo. I kind of want to just play around this dragon, if possible. So I'm just going to move into mid, ward into bot side, and then play on Drake. As control mages, it's pretty important for you that you play around these neutral objectives. Use the choke points to be first, and then try to be in areas where you can get more damage up onto the enemies, right? We're in a pretty good wave state. I thought I'd be fine there. And he just barely got our ult. Oh, fuck, man. That's really, really, really suboptimal. I also thought, like, Jarvan was pinging on my way, so I thought I would be fine and safe, but the kill threat's just too high. So that's just me slightly disrespecting the enemy kill threat and dying for it. Not ideal. But it's totally okay. We can still play Drake because I can TP and he has no R now. So I'm still really happy playing Drake. We can make the best out of this awkward position. Okay. This Poppy is freaky with the build. Okay, it should be quite free. Oh, he's on it now. Yeah, extremely free. Okay, so we used our tempo. So they killed me on mid. But in the end, it wasn't really worth for them. Because we got this. Being forced out of mid lane. Lee Sin's not here, so I'm allowed to do this. Lee Sin's around. I don't think the Xayah any matchup is all that good, but who knows? Maybe he surprises me. I didn't actually have info on Lee where he went. He might still be in this bush. Oh, he stopped. Okay. That gives us enough perspective. The big kill mid. I think Lee Sin using flash is actually quite fine. Not sure if that kill's even worth for him. Okay, we adapt to the swap. Yep, that's kind of the idea I had here. The enemies would just counter swap. I'd love to stay bot, but I think it's fine for me to base and actually play for tempo here. And then we actually have pushing out wave state. Yeah, I was potentially expecting a TP like that. Now you... Oh my god, he's griefing. That's fine. It would have been much better for me to go bot, but this guy is just griefing, right? He doesn't want to first up against the Corki. That's okay. I'll do fine versus Corki. I hope they're out. They shouldn't die. I'm not playing there. Not too bad. Might be able to take this plant. That way I don't have to reset. Otherwise, I'm one-shot range. There might now be an Annie coming here. Or like a Corki, I mean. Yep. And Xayah did actually the right thing here. Which was staying bot lane. Since the Poppy shows bot, I can stay mid. And Annie doesn't have flash. Or doesn't have TP, I mean. So, I think we can start up the Rift. That does mean we need to sacrifice bot for it. Not worth. Dying for that was not worth. We are definitely not a faffing. So I can catch the wave. We just drop bot tier 1, which is fine. Let's see if we can play this dragon. We are very, very, very strong though. Like extreme levels of strength. Corki's stronger. Let's see if we can deny him in the fight. He doesn't have his Muramana yet though. I like how Xayah is now moving mid. Damn, I'm not gonna lie. That was fucking disturbing by the Seraphine. That was next level bad. Happens to the best of us. Yeah, Zaya is like completely lost it, dude. Trying to stall them for the J4. I'm probably dead. That's okay. Now it's getting a bit on top. Big pick. That's a fucking big pick. Well done. That's huge. Fucking hell, 1 HP. Nice try. Let's just deploy through mid, because there's no use for me going to the top. He might be collapsing onto this Gnar. This might be winning. This might be winning. It's fine. Let's see, are they trapping anywhere? Yeah, if Annie stays, she's definitely not alone. See if I can move mid. Ultra ward here. Nara is strong. Jarvan is strong. I'm pretty strong. Zaya is getting there. Not yet, but she's getting there. Mentally, though, it's a different story. That's a big pick. We can now move towards our Robodons. I need to reset here. Zaya looks to be rage splitting bot here. Gnar is strong as fuck, dude. Look at him. Great pick. To Baron. Insta Baron. Yeah, Nara's really strong and we had a great Seraphine out there. As I said, like Seraphine, even though they might be losing the early game versus Poppy, we're like giga scaling, right? So it's good. The only thing we need to do is to stay just not grouped here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't tell me we die there. I think he's fine. He didn't fucking hard at. Okay. Good bait. Good bait, Zaya. Come on now. He's doing it. He's fucking doing it. That's gonna probably guarantee his Drake access. So we can now play through mid here. Definitely get yourself these cannons when you're playing Syndra. I want to do that and do this. Okay, great. That's gonna give us access to mid. Just hook this Gnar for now. We also don't need to go bolt, so we can just also siege this here. Okay, show stop, so it looks like it's just cross mapping. I think we need to drop that. Play Drake. Wow, man, I'm a big fucking hater of that teleport, actually. I really want to get this Drake. I think we should just drop top T1. Don't walk there. Oh my god, he's just sending it. Zaya did not give a fuck there, man. Okay, let's take the next mid wave. Always keep the mid waves pushed. Very nice. Let's play bolt here. I'm dead as fuck. I did the most damage I could. Yeah, I was just out of position there. That's on me. I was out of position there. It's okay. So we're gonna just play for the next neutrals. And as long as we just front the back with the Seraphine, that's kind of what our comp does. We're gonna be like totally fine. So that's the game plan for now. Okay, no problem. The next 3 minutes, a lot of people actually don't really understand what to do in these next 3 minutes. Well, the goal is to just get to your spikes, sweep away as many resources as possible from the enemy team, and set up vision control. So Dragon's gonna be the next play. What we're gonna do is get fucking jungle camps, right? I think Gnar is the best to go bot here. Zai's gonna collect this mid wave. I'm gonna collect these jungle camps here. Insane how Zaya lived that. This motherfucker is dead. Undodgeable double ball. And we immediately move to mid to see if we can catch the mid wave as well. So this might give us some time to set up deep vision into the enemy top side. Not sure if Seraphine has any more wards left. And we're just going to push out the waves deep right now. And get control. Now, we do not want to like engage in a like crazy fight right now. Let's see what's happening here. I'm just going to hover him. Close. Almost executed. I think we should back. We do a good amount of damage already. I think we should back off right now. So we can be hyper strong. And then we can actually play for Drake setup. If we're doing edit later, the enemies are gonna be able to do nasty stuff to us and set up annoying traps. Looks like my team is not playing the same game as I am. That's okay. We have our Rabadons. That's the most important thing. And I value myself a control ward over the likes of an Amptom at this point. Because the vision is going to be so important in the bot side, right? If we can get area control, the rest will follow. So I'm just going to move this. Deny the enemy vision. And my job here is to just keep them out of the area, right? That's what I'm going to try to do. Stand up nice and deep. Take the wave nice and deep. And contest them here. Nari is pushing top without TP. Fuck. Poppy knows that. Thankfully, we protected the area insanely well. And that won us the game. Can we end? Probably, yeah. That was great. That's like the downside of this Poppy champion, right? Doesn't really skill. Yes, he'll take over the early game, but that's it. So honestly, pretty chaotic game. I think we made a few mistakes to threat assessment, but overall, we adapted quite well towards the chaos. Especially with the Zaya taking over the lanes, right? So, pretty good educational game. GG's. So, I want to talk about first death that I had in the review, okay? So, let's figure out why was Poppy able to be here. So, what actually happened is that I got in a really good position. And then eventually I got killed by the Poppy because she came here through bot instead of opening up through bot. She got through mid. Now that fucking sucks, okay? This death fucking killed my lead in the lane. It was really, really, really bad. So what happened, right? You can't just say, okay, Poppy, that was a disgusting play from the Poppy. She shouldn't do that. No, it was actually a very sensible play. It's just it's a decision that she makes. It's a choice that she has. So let's watch what happens on bot, right? Poppy resets on bot. And after the reset, she decided not to immediately open up into bot, but she decided to open up into mid. And that's why this gank actually worked. Now, there can be many reasons why she decided to do this. Number one, she knows that the 2v2 can be quite hard at this position and that the Lee Sin was actually entering topside. She could be thinking, okay, maybe there's a position where the Jarvan and Lee Sin are going to fight each other in topside, which is then going to lead to a position where she can maybe influence that fight and win it. Hence is why she wanted to open up through mid to be flexible. I think that's probably going to be her thought process. So what was the key thing that I missed during the game? I missed that she was actually resetting and therefore on a roam timer. I thought she would just be moving into bot, especially with bot lane being pushed up. But it was an assumption that I incorrectly made and that cost me my lane almost. So good learnings. Good learnings. Ew, this guy went Ahri bone plating. Alright, how do you win as an assassin on mid lane? Great. Well, it starts in the lane. Whenever you play an assassin like this, it's all about trading, okay? You don't have a lot of wave control. You don't have any siege, any fucking wave clear. You got like nothing, right? Champion like Akali. The only thing you have is like trading damage and kill threat. So you win the game through winning the trades in the lane. That way you can put them under kill threat. That way you're going to get access to the wave. And eventually you're going to be able to be in a spot where you can... oh, this is huge. I would have loved that kill, man. Nami took it. And that's going to allow us to eventually get in a spot where we can access the wave. And this will allow us to get lane control through taking good quality trades. That's going to allow us to then fight around neutral objectives with our ult. Because that's where we are the strongest, of course. Good movement here. We're going to be in a position where we can potentially proc up our bone plating. Then back off. Very nice. And my job here is to just kind of thin out the wave so she doesn't like giga crash it. And take good quality trades onto her. So thus far, the spacing has been really good. And the trading has also been really good. And that puts us in a fantastic spot here in the lane. We move to the side, dodging out on her spell. We're going to slightly thin it out with a Q there, just to make sure it doesn't get too big. I slightly mispositioned there. I shouldn't have been in the wave. In the wave allowed her to just QW that and the wave, and that allowed her to crash it. Okay, good movement. We just did a pretty solid job because we are slightly ahead. And it's all about baiting out their spells and then seeing if we can get a position where we can then take a good quality trade. Trying to like incentivize her to use her shit here. Yep, we baited her out perfectly. And then we're going to now W onto this cannon and zone her off. I walked into that, unfortunately. That's fine. You see that she's only on 9 CS because we're investing our HP to trade. And I want to kind of reset, not on this wave, but on the next one. So I'm going to slow play this one a little bit. Zoner of a creep there with my E. Slow play this, bait out her spell. That's going to give me access to that minion. Not too bad. And we're still zoning her off here, right? She is potentially going to reset here. Since she has TP and I do not have TP, I really want to see if I can set up my own reset before her. Ekram can't really do much. Run, run, run. Bro did not see the trash. It was in his face and he didn't see it. Happens to the best of us. We're going to do this, 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 and this. This is a really solid buy for me because of the fact that the tier 1 boots is going to allow me to dodge Orianna spells. It's going to allow me to grab up my passive faster and get a range to get a good quality trade. So this is strong buy. Dark Seal, of course, very strong laning rune, and refill is going to allow us to like trade more with this Orianna. Oh! Sucks a bit. Looks like she is not using her TP, and that lost her the cannon. Right, minions? Right? Okay. I kind of want to get out of this wave state location. Okay. Because this wave state location is super ugly for fucking assassins. You can't really trade because you got no space on the lane to play on. Okay, we made him use his smite. That's a big win, actually. Full vision on him as well. Move to the side. We're gonna now stand in the wave here. Great stuff. She just fucked up. She doesn't know it, but she just signed her death sentence in this lane. She's got no mana, and the wave's gonna get stuck on my side. Very nice. She starts understanding that I'm like trying to bait her out here. We'll slightly thin it out, move to the side, dodge a spell. Perfectly spaced that as well. And we're going to look to actively W onto this cannon here. We're going to wait for the bone plating to drop. And we've done a great job. And look at the wave stat location right now, right? It's really, really strong. I'm actually going to hard push because of the situation happening on bot. And she was initially intending to reset and TP back. And this is actually going to give me like full lane control, right? I hope I can maybe like clean up on bot side. Not sure if it's necessary. Okay, looks like bot's already like cleaned it up. We got the plate and a nice little trade. And she might reset here. And if she does... Okay, if she does, I'm just going to hard push immediately and match. And then... Nice job, Bob. Well played. And I'm going to get double M-Tome. So I value double M-Tome a little bit more over tier 2 boots because I already got my base move speed. And look what she's buying, right? She's buying the Roa like a little bitch. And this is going to allow me to immediately rush my Hextech Gunblade. Otherwise, I'm delaying it with 800 gold. That's a lot of money to delay your big spike with. And I need that on the vamp. And of course, the active part of it. To make sure that I'm in a position where it's easy for me to want the all-inner. We're just gonna use the Shroud to deny her minions. And even though that she has the Roa setup, right? And is therefore a lot tankier, I'm actively still investing my HP to see if I can like deny her creeps. That's like my mindset. Move to the side again. Not too bad. We denied her another creep. We're going to move into top side because we see action there. So we hard push this wave and then move up. Maybe if he greets for the plate, we can actually kill him. I'm not investing my R. Unless necessary. Well, sucks. I had to invest my flash there too. My time cash is inting me because he should actually go mid here. Man, I didn't think it would be necessary for me to invest my R. But I greeted it. And it eventually forced me to blow flash as well. So sucks. Shouldn't have done it. Can't change it anymore. We're going to get the alternator plus Vamp Scepter, even though the tier 2 boots is a bigger spike than Vamp Scepter. Once again, I'm happy delaying that slightly until I get my Hextech Gunblade, because the item is just too good. What we identify, bots winning, right? What I really want to start doing right now is play around these neutral objectives, okay? What I see a lot of assassin players make mistakes into is that they now start tunnel visioning on 1v1ing this Orianna. I'm not beating this guy by solo killing this guy all the time, okay? I frankly don't care. If she gives me the solo kill, I'll happily take it. But I'm not brute forcing it. I'm really going to see if we can play around these neutral objectives here. I'm going to put some pressure onto this Hecarim here. See if we can maybe sneak away or like... See? I just forced him to use his smite onto the blue buff because he's scared. Little boy. Very nice. I'm going to try to like bait out her spell here. And I'm going to look to trade, of course, onto her the moment the minions drop low. Very nice. And this is going to give us pretty free access towards this Drake here, because we got full bot side vision control. I don't want to dive bot just yet. Diving bot's good, but my wave state's not in a good spot. So I'm going to look to see if I can like nuke that first. Stand in the wave so I hit as much as possible. Then finish the wave off with E so you can already start walking. I mean, this might be diveable here. But it looks like the team's on Drake. Diveable F. Oh, I think we should have dove. I think the dive's too late because they can clear the wave before. So let's just push one more then, huh? You can dive now, dude. I'm moving. Diego, please. Looks like they backed off. That's okay. We need 300 gold for my items, so we're going to wait for that. And we're not even trying to kill this Roa Orianna, right? It's just too fucking tanky. We're just going to hard push the wave. I could move into top here, see if we can get something done. Oh, you're a G, dude. This guy's a G. This Town Ken's a G. He trolled me a little bit by not opening up mid, but he's a G for giving me that kill. That means that I don't have to sell my refill now. Okay, I get my boots upgrade, and I get myself the extra gunblade, which is insane. And right now, I'm really going to try, okay, where can I use my R before the next neutral objective? Okay, because I'm already thinking about this next neutral. Where can I potentially find a fight? So I could potentially like all in the Ori here on mid. Absolutely viable, but I could also see if we could maybe find an opportunity to play on ball. And it doesn't really matter if she hits me here. So I'm just gonna nuke the wave and move into bot side. Right. Free TP. Beautiful. So look at that, right? We just got out of free teleport. And all we do is just avoiding this Orianna, who goes like this little tanky build. And just attacking the enemy team where we can actually attack them. And we got a free plate because of that as well. Great stuff. Great fucking stuff. We'll try to bait out our spell here. See if we can like hard push this wave. Move with my jungle into top side. Hecarim shows bolt. Got out our R3, not too bad. We should have maybe moved into bot instead of trying to get out our ult. I think that would have been better because I could have catched half of that wave. So small missed opportunity. Not a mistake, missed opportunity. Okay, we're going to look hard to hard push this wave. And then match the base. And then I want to swap the bot soon. Because I want to be in the side lane as Akali. I think this is a game where I'm gonna go flat pan. Flat pan value is next level. And this is also the time to start swapping towards my sweeper. So let's play Drake here. I've got my R nicely and my summoners, everything timed up for this Drake. So there's basically no way for us to ever lose this neutral objective because I've just kept myself strong for it, right? Nice trade. She might be resetting, but I've got my gunblade on time. I'm just going to move bot now. This is really good. They probably have no sims too. Please kill it! Who fucking gave me aggro there? Oh, whatever. It's fine. Okay, we got the play on bolt correct. Ezreal's now like a freak. He's super far ahead. We still get the Drake. We lose a little bit on mid. Unfortunately, I die as well and lose my Dark Shield stacks, which sucks. But it is what it is, right? Can't really change it. Next up, we are gonna look to play into Rift as well. So after this nice little wave pushing out into bot, I can potentially go there, catch the wave, get prio, and then move over into Rift. Let's see if that's smart. Yep, I'm going to catch bot wave. Maybe Tahm Kench can... Oh, insanity. Well played, Ezreal. But I want to skirmish around this Rift next, right? I don't really beat the Mundo in the 1v1, but I am going to like show him that I've got the bigger personality. Dodge out on his little things there. You don't want to be just dropping that. I don't beat Mundo. I'm gonna... No! Where are you going? Oh my god, man. Tahm Kench. Macro, brother. You need to take over my lane. I do not beat the Mundo. Yes, please. Looks fine. I'm gonna get myself a control ward. So one of the key fundamentals whenever you play assassins, right, is that you want to be in a position where you have the correct sideline assignments. Because sometimes not having the correct sideline assignments can lead to you being in a position where you might not get prio, and prio is key. Did the trash also die? I was hoping he would also die. A pretty good skirmish there. And I really want to play around these neutrals, man. Let's see if we can get this rift. This rift's been up way too long. Okay, we're gonna deploy straight through top lane. My Ezreal is like so fucking fat. It scares you to see it. We're gonna deploy straight to top lane. Maybe we shouldn't have. It doesn't really matter. The wave is so deep anyway. Because you get the home guards this season, right? So it's fine to just deploy through side like that. Normally you deploy through mid into side. But right now you can just deploy immediately into side. And we missed the cannon, baby. That guy is like extremely fast. The beautiful thing about Akali in new season is that her Q one-shots casters a lot easier. We're gonna now fake move into mid here. And then return crossover into top, because she might not respect me being here. She might run into me here. Or go for the next wave. In both cases, she will, yep, die. So in this position, it's very important that you actually don't use your E. Very nice pick. Because if you use your RE immediately, you might be in a position where you then get... you miss your E and you're not in range. So you will want to start with RQ. Team? Okay, good pick, Viego. Well played. Luke's winning. Ezreal's super strong. Very nice. And we can just keep pushing top. And we play with the mindset to force the enemies to respond to me. So we're then in a position where we get a nice little tempo advantage, right? It's not wise to play right now. I think I'm just going to go reset. Look, there's an opportunity where I can just stay here. Matter of fact, I'm going to do it because my team is on the map. I can just stay here and kill her if she decides to go for this next wave. This is what we call tempo trap, right? Same thing as I just did with Orianna. But she's not falling for it, so in that case, I'm just going to keep pressuring. Pretty hard for the enemies to contest because we got so much vision set up. And I just wanted to match tempo with my team. Fucking hell, eh? So that's why I didn't eventually base. And we should now do Baron. We should do Rift or a Baron because Hecarim is dead, right? So it's free. My Viego likes fighting. There's no way he just did that, dude. That was too funny, man. Nice try. Nice try. We call that a nice try. That was a nice try, dude. He's too tanky. Ooh! Let me off! Oh, damn Kench, dude. Well played. Can we please do Baron so we can end the game? It's really hard to end the game as assassins without like playing on these neutral objectives, right? Do I die? I don't, because I'm dodge both daggers. Yeah, have you guys considered like not playing on bot and getting the Baron, Viego? Has this been considered? Okay, he got him now. Viego, it was just personal for him. He needed that revenge. Yeah, I kind of want to just end this game and get my LP, you know? Okay. Can we win the game? Maybe we can. Maybe we can end. Nah, there's no way we can end. Too risky. Can never end, boys. Can we just take the neutral objective? Diego likes to keep the game spicy. I understand. It's fun. It's more fun when it's spicy. So really just start up this neutral now. I'm gonna deploy through mid. As an assassin, especially as Akali, you deal no damage to the neutral, right? So it's not really your job to be on the neutral itself. My job is just keep the enemies out, and if they overstep, I can like potentially find an angle onto them. So after this objective, we are now gonna look to play into top side. Because we've already got mid in it. This Drake is not important. I want to siege top here. Oh, the tempo is disgusting. Diego's reset. Okay, and we can end the game now, finally. We finally have strong enough minions that Orianna can't one-shot with her ball. She might just look to like combo us with an ult, but... looks like a great game. DFF. Yeah, so pretty good assassin fundamentals in this game, right? Really, really, really good laning phase. Very good translation of leads. The intention around the neutral objectives. Leverage on the side lane. Absolute assassin fundamental classic. So, GG's.